Alright, time for a run through. This looks a little weird. Maybe we shorten the lineup here, or put the checkpoint on top of it. Maybe. I think the break here looks weird. I think these should be either lined up or it should like go consistently all the way through. I personally find this jump a little awkward when you're doing it quickly, because you have to like backtrack. So if you have to like immediately hop to the side. I think it's just a little bit awkward. I think for experienced people, it's not a big deal. If I were shitty at the game, I would do something like this. Yeah, that feels fine. I like the block off here. These jumps feel fine. Uh, hmm. I'm not sure how I feel about the green lines down here. Maybe that's like a standard that we implement, that every time there's a collectible, there's green involved. Can they jump over this is the question, I suppose, because we need to force them. Okay, they can. So you'll probably want to just move this back a little bit so we force them to crouch under here. Can they get around it? Okay, they can, but not without knowing like what the hell they're supposed to do. I think this is pretty obvious. These walls make sense to be put here. I think at this point, this jump is a little awkward because like there's that, you see that little like the gap between the box and the wall. It like fucks up the ground check because there's like at the very least just make the box the same height as the railing, so that way there's not this like little fall off thing. It feels awkward. Also, the checkpoint is facing over here. When they respawn, the checkpoint should be facing over here. You can do that in the scene view. The purple lines here show you which way the checkpoint should be facing. So all you have to do is just take this checkpoint and literally rotate it right to, I assume, 0. Unity. Unity. God damn it, Unity. Finally, okay. The ramp feels a little bit out of place. We could definitely just put 2 boxes next to each other. One of the other things that we can sub in for the platforms up there that were colored, like the reflective material, those could be like potted plants. We could also replace all the Amazon delivery boxes with potted plants. That jump is not too hard. If I just jump straight at it. It might be slightly too difficult for new people. You may want to add another section of these over here. Moving on. This is where it starts to feel a little chaotic. I suppose if they walk into this and it resets them, they kind of have an idea of what's going on. But if I'm a gamer, what am I going to try and do? This. So you may want to line these up perfectly so they can't do this type of thing, right? Or I see that there's a little bit of a bezel here where like the red floor doesn't line up perfectly. So if you make it flat, their collider will touch it. Or make the red floor even slightly raised above the normal floors, so that way if they get even close, like walking here, it'll reset them. You could do the same thing here. This doesn't feel natural for a construction site. We'll have to figure out what assets to fill in here. They could just do this and walk around, rather than actually completing the jumping puzzle. I don't really care about that, I suppose, because this takes longer than them going the right path. Over here is where they get to the dog bone. These things feel... This feels slightly out of place. Maybe it's just an asset thing that we need that is just out of place. Maybe this needs to be like drywall that's like laying here that's about to get put up or something. Logically, this seems like it's off balance, like it would fall down, but I guess it clips into this guy. And then to get back, we have this box here, it looks like. That jump might be slightly too hard. You may want to make... Because I think if they miss that... Hold on, let me go try it again. Well, that was interesting. If they just do a straight jump, do they fall down? Okay, no, they do make it cool. Ignore me then. This makes sense. We may want to talk about like how buildings are engineered and whatnot, just to make these seem a little bit more realistic. Good call making these a little bit wider. This jump, okay, you don't have to crouch jump it. Maybe make this less thick and make it touching, so that way this jump is a little bit easier because this feels awkward and it'll be hard to do when you're hopping fast. Ooh, it's angled even. That is super weird. I kind of like it. You probably could. Oh, I guess it makes sense that they can go look at this, doesn't it? Maybe you give them a little bit of a walkway here so that they can walk over there and look at it, but they can't actually get over there. Can they do? Okay, they can't cheat. That's not a big deal. I think this does a. I think there could become some lighting here that points them in this direction over here. Um, and away. And once you get to here, I guess if you're walking up, this is going to be the first direction that you look, maybe. Maybe you think you need to go this way, so maybe we need some lighting to direct them to go over here. But if they do look over here, the red will be pretty freaking obvious. I don't think these need to be separate objects unless you have something in mind for that. Those jumps are pretty easy. This feels out of place, like, structurally. But I guess if it looks like one side has drywall on it and the other doesn't, that would make a decent bit of sense. Can I just make the straight jump here? Okay, I can. Oh, I like how you use separate boxes. They do look kind of like lumber. Nice. Oh, the little light bar. Beautiful. Love it. Just random things laying around. You could probably even add some more stuff laying around, but obviously that's something for later. All of these things being like misaligned feels out of place. For a first pass, this is good, but obviously like we'll want to tighten up all of these things. This feels slightly awkward. Maybe we can move the scaffolding more to the center of these two rather than off to the side. As we walk up, maybe we keep them from going this path, or maybe you have this here for a reason. Unsure. This lighting, can you even see that from through here? Can I sneak through one of these walls because my physics is shit? I can't, okay. Okay, I guess you can't see that lighting, so it does give you an idea of where to go. Cool. We may need to make this more intense or have a couple more work lights here, just to make it obvious what's going on. Ooh. These little post things are weird. I think there's too much empty space here. It's just like a boring walk, I guess. Maybe we need to put something here. Is this the forced crouch jump? Yeah, my man. There we go. And then when you get here, I assume the end is over here somewhere. Or maybe we make them go up a little bit, or the checkpoints, I don't know, here, letting them overlook the thing, and now they can hop down or whatever, right? Other than that, yeah, I think a lot of the major issues I have with this level are like things don't line up perfectly, and some things feel slightly out of place. I think that's just like the general feel I get from this level. The other thing we could do is maybe put like a road down here. Does this reset you? Should this reset you? When you're down here, I like that this the building is lifted up off the ground. These buildings should probably be flush with the ground, and there probably should be some sort of road here. But that's obviously an asset that we need. Other than that, I think there's a little bit too much blanks. I feel like there's too much blank space between this first row of apartments and the downtown area. Maybe we need to fill in some more assets there. But we do have the new buildings now, so that might be a little bit easier to work with. Other than that, yeah, I feel like the level guides you pretty well. There's like a small couple lighting changes and maybe some extra walls that we could put there that would help things in the construction area over here. Other than that, though, we're looking pretty good. Oh, what did I just notice? Another window that doesn't line up well. So yeah, a lot of this is just lining things up perfectly. But yeah, I believe, like you said, none of these are final assets. So